I woke up in the middle of the night around 4 a.m. just screaming in pain with my stomach.
With your stomach.
And I had to go to A&E. Like, I had to crawl out of bed, and I was sitting there and I was just like, oh my God, what's happening to me? If the gut is out of balance, it means that the liver is not functioning very well, and the liver is trying to detoxify the body consistently. And if we can't detoxify the body, it's going to come out in other areas.
Yeah.
Skin rashes, psoriasis. We've got clients that have come to us with 80% covered in psoriasis. By the time they've left us, it's at about 10%, which is wild.
Wow.
So it's like, it governs, yes, our mood, it governs fertility, it governs our happiness, it governs our skin health, our energy levels. I was a gluten-free vegan.
Gluten-free vegan?
I was a gluten-free vegan.
What did you eat?
Nothing.
I can imagine that
Like,
part.
I ate like a rabbit, like literally. And I didn't realize how important protein is.
Oh, wow.
168.
But is it not only the food, it's also the makeup, it's
That's
also
makeup.
the shampoos and all
Absolutely.
the creams
and perfumes. And so this is one thing that I gave up. It's like, now I'm in natural deodorant. I use organic, natural makeup. And I use a soap and shampoo brand that's natural as well.
Welcome to Femisticated podcast. This is the second season. Femisticated is all about women's world. We bringing different topics from different perspectives about all of this craziness women goes through in this world full of sharks where even feminism is sometimes twisted all the way around. Today's guest name is Tia. Her work is all about gut healing and somatics. She will tell us later what it is all about. Welcome, Tia.
Thank you so much.
I'm very happy that you said yes to come to the studio. Tell me something more about you and how did you get to gut healing and somatic journey?
Yeah,
What
it's
is all
been
hidden
a long
there?
road.
Okay. Yes.
We'll wind back the clock maybe 7 years ago.
Okay.
I was in the depths of being a high-flying event producer, running
Wow.
big events. Yeah. And it was, on the outside, everything was good. We were ticking the boxes. I was progressing in my career. I was doing all of these big things. But on the inside, my body was screaming. And so I was dealing with a lot of chronic health issues. So I had IBS, chronic bloating, food sensitivities. I was covered in acne. I was getting a lot of vaginal health issues as well, which was really taking its toll on my self-esteem. And I had been down the road with doctors and tried so many different things. And I just kept getting, oh, it's just IBS. There's nothing that you can do. And I think my real pivotal moment was when I had just come off 2 big, huge events back to back, and I had been working something like 14-hour days.
Oh, wow. That's a long hours day.
God, totally. Events world was wild. And I woke up in the middle of the night around 4 a.m. just screaming in pain with my stomach.
With your stomach.
And I had to go to A&E. Like, I had to crawl out of bed, and I was sitting there and I was just like, oh my God, what's happening to me? And yeah, it was those moments that then I was like, oh my God, something needs to change.
Wow. And what happened next?
I kept going up until COVID hit.
Still.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
With that pain.
With that pain, I
everything.
was meds down the hatch. I was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was avoiding all these things. I became obsessed with cutting foods out.
And now I saw on your Instagram and I love how you present it.
Yeah.
You're saying that you the leader for women
Yeah.
who would like to slay the root cause of their chronic illnesses.
Yeah.
So that's where your journey started. It started with
Totally.
you and your own pain.
Totally.
And then COVID hit. And then how did you get to what you're doing? Why you decided? And how you got out of your troubles?
Oh my gosh. It's a long, tedious journey.
Okay.
But it's, and this is what I love so much about the programs and the work that we do as well, is that it took me so many years to find the answers. And now it's, we can put it all together in a short space of time for women.
Oh, wow.
So for me, it was like COVID hit, 2020, the world went silent. And I went silent for the first time ever because events stopped. And it was at that moment, I was just like, wow, okay, my body is fried. I am completely in burnout. And I remember coming out, I had just done a yoga practice on the balcony and everything was quiet. And I came in, I started crying. It was like this divine message came through for me of, Tia, what are you doing? There's more to life than this. And I remember walking into my sitting room with my husband and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot keep going the way that I'm going anymore, or I'm going to end up in a grave, literally.
Yeah,
And
I
so
understand that.
together we made an exit strategy to get out of the events world. And I launched myself into yoga, meditation. I launched myself into holistic health coaching, integrative nutrition.
Okay.
And
All of these. Nice.
all of the things. And I started as a yoga teacher. And then I progressed into coaching. And then I found I was still trying to heal myself as I went through this. And then I found the world of functional medicine and lab testing. And it was just all these ding, 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 dings going off in my head where I was like, oh my gosh, this is a really big missing piece that so many of us aren't aware because we're very much indoctrinated into the medical system where it's, okay, we take a pill. Or now the nutrition world where it's we avoid all of these foods because they trigger us.
Yes.
And this is when I slowly started to build my team then. So Karen and Miranda are my two functional nutritionists. They are, just incredible because they have nearly 15 years of experience in the lab testing aspect of things. And so that's when I was like, ooh, okay. So we bring the labs in. And now over the last few years, my work has really been moving into the nervous system, really been diving deeper into trauma because all of this really happened for me based on childhood trauma.
Traumas.
Yeah. And I think that it's a really big thing for us to really understand as well that like, we can go through life and if the body is screaming at us from the inside,
we have to listen.
We have to listen.
And do something about that.
Yeah, totally. And it's not just, I think a lot of people think that they can now supplement their way out of chronic health issues. Almost to the point I had a session with a client last night and she was like, Tia, I've done everything. And I was like, but you're coming at it from this force, this like panic state.
And stress. Again.
And we did an emotional release session with her and she cried and cried. And
I love emotional release. This is the life changer for me as well.
And like she was sitting there, she was like, I've got a migraine, Tia. And we did the emotional release session. I said, how's your headache? She said, it's gone.
I know.
And I was like, and so this is where I really went through these stages of being like, okay, we need a little bit of, we need the functional medicine stuff, we need the nutrition, and we need the deep nervous system work.
You need the entire puzzle.
We need it because otherwise...
Filled in.
Yeah.
To create the full picture.
To create the full picture because we're a whole woman. And we can't just... I've had so many people, and I tried it myself in terms of going down, okay, I'm going to do a detox protocol, and I'm going to clear parasites, and I'm going to da-da-da. And it was like nothing changed because I didn't change.
You have to change from inside and
Totally.
to have different perspective, to look at the things from different views, to heal yourself first.
Yeah.
In your mind as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go to the beginning a little bit and tell us, I am 8 years old girl, and you want to explain me why gut health is so important for me and why do we need it to keep it healthy so much?
Yeah, it's probably even more important than our brains. Really, they call it the second brain, and it literally, it influences so many bodily functions, really. So when we look at the gut, 95% of serotonin is produced in the gut.
Wow, 95%?
95%. So we're living in a society where...
So if the gut is not healthy, serotonin is gone, literally?
Yeah. And so I also look at every client of mine that come in, like they're really low.
What is serotonin for?
It's our happy hormone.
Yes, it's our happy hormone.
Right. So it's like, we can't be vibey and move through life if our gut is boom. So it's really important for us to nurture that aspect of things, but also fertility is a big one because it's going to turn on and off inflammation in the body.
Important for women.
Important for sure. Our skin health, huge. I was covered in acne, in welts around my face. And the skin is a mirror to what's actually happening in the gut as well. Because if the gut is out of balance, it means that the liver is not functioning very well, and the liver is trying to detoxify the body consistently. And if we can't detoxify the body, it's going to come out in other areas.
Yeah,
skin rashes, psoriasis. We've got clients that have come to us with 80% covered in psoriasis. By the time they've left us, it's at about 10%. Which is wild.
Wow.
Yes. So it's like, it governs, our mood, it governs fertility, it governs our happiness, it governs our skin health, our energy levels.
How about autoimmune diseases?
Yeah, it's a big one, but it's going to be twofold because I think the autoimmune aspect of things is like, it's also rooted in trauma and stress, but also the gut.
The gut.
Wow, we have a client currently at the moment who has, I think it's called Sjorgen's disease, and where she gets lots of joint pain and so on and so forth. And we ran her labs and she has mold overgrowth in her body.
Oh, wow.
And it's, oh my gosh, when we look at the amount of inflammation that's been in her body, and then when we started making some changes, like her nerve pain started disappearing, her migraine started disappearing. And it's,
that's a lot to take, that when you find out that everything, that it's all coming out from inside and you still can heal it. Because once you go to the doctors, they have medications for it. Of course, it works for some time.
Absolutely.
But you never get rid of it. You never heal it. You never go to the root cause. So I'm very happy that you do this. Really, I'm very happy because I had myself the troubles. I have Hashimoto.
Yeah.
And I am going to root cause of these problems because it didn't work otherwise. I was getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
So I am on my healing journey, and maybe we have to talk really. And so there is lots of chronic illnesses that come from the gut. Yeah. So we know why is important, but how should we actually maintain it? What should we do to maintain the gut healthy? To function the proper way and not to get into the stage where we already have the chronic illnesses.
Yes, totally. Prevention is better than cure, right?
Yeah, what is it? What is it? We can go to the cure later, but what is the prevention?
I think if we're really going to take it back to basics, especially for the listeners who are just getting started in the gut health aspect of things, we've got to be looking at nutrition.
First thing,
you know, that's, I always say it's like the ticket to entry into gut health.
It's a fuel we need every day.
Yeah, and I think a lot of women are under eating, under nourishing. There's this big, sorry?
There is scarcity of gaining weight and stuff.
Yeah, when you think of the weight loss aspect of things, like, but what's wild is actually when we eat, we nourish ourselves, we actually lose weight.
Yeah, I know. I know that now. I didn't know that before.
Honestly, like I've had clients that have come in and I'm like, eat your breakfast. And they're like, no, but the calories. And then they're like, Tia, I've lost so many kilos. I'm like, yeah, of course, because your body's no longer screaming at you because you've stabilized your hormones. So this is where the hormone aspect of things come into play as well. But we've got to be really looking at nourishment, really trying to move away from obviously your processed foods and into whole foods where we're eating our solid 3 meals a day. We're looking at diversity with our diet. So realistically, we should be having like 30 different plants a week.
Oh, wow. 30 different plants?
30 different plants a week. That can range from things like herbs and spices as well. So if you're putting a bit of ginger or turmeric or you're sprinkling some parsley or
I do that.
Yeah, totally. And like sometimes I make a game with myself where I'm like, how many things can I add to my plate here? So it's okay, cool. Let me see if I can try and get more colors on my plate. Or let me buy something from the organic shop. I buy these little like nori flakes, which have seeds and stuff in it as well. And so there's probably 4 or 5 different varieties in there. Let me sprinkle that over some avocado.
Very nice.
Right? So it's like, where can we start diversifying? Because your gut microbes feed off diversity. And that's how we're going to start to swing the balance between the good bugs and the bad bugs. Right? Because what happens is if we're having processed food, sugar, if we're loading ourselves with things that are really going to feed the overgrowths of bad bacteria in the gut, then they're also going to be sending sugar signals to your brain, sugar cravings.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, they're clever. They're really clever, these microbes. They're like, I'm hungry. I need you to feed me. And that's when we find ourselves halfway in the cookie jar without even realizing.
That's where the cravings are coming from,
Yeah, totally. So when we look at that aspect of things.
Bad guys.
The bad guys.
I call them bad guys when I'm talking to my sons.
Totally. We're feeding the bad guys. We have to start feeding the good guys.
The good guys.
And so we do that through leafy greens, through variety, like also for liver health, which is so critical. Oh my God, I can't stress enough how critical liver health is. Cruciferous vegetables. So your kale, your cabbage, your cauliflower, your broccoli, things like broccoli sprouts as well, or radish, like bitter stuff as well, bitter foods are going to help the liver to purge, because oftentimes the bad gut bugs start to thrive when the liver is also overloaded, because we can't detoxify.
There's so much to know about all of these,
so
actually.
much. Like I could talk for about 10 hours on this.
I know.
But it's good to give your listeners a snippet of things. So we really want to be maximizing the nutrition part first. It's always the first port of call that we go to with our clients is we master this, and like suddenly they're like, I feel like a Disney princess again.
So feed the good guys and kill the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
the
so
food, with the right food.
By eating the right foods, the bad guys are naturally going to start dying off, right? Because they're not being fed.
Good for us.
Yeah, good for us, for sure. Yes. So we want to be focusing on things like, obviously I mentioned like the cruciferous vegetables, dark leafy greens. Prebiotics are really helpful for feeding the
Is it
good
supplement prebiotics?
No, certain foods.
Certain foods,
yeah. So onions and garlic and like unripe bananas and apples and artichoke, things like that are really good for prebiotics because everybody is on the probiotic wagon. But probiotics essentially are a live strain of bacteria.
Yeah.
And so they'll go into the gut, but if we're not feeding it, then it's pointless.
Yes.
So we have to see that it's a symbiotic relationship. We have to really understand that it's, while I'm eating, this is helping to nurture my good gut bugs, and it's also supporting my liver to help detoxify the bad. Makes sense?
It sounds great. And yes, it does make a lot of sense.
I tried to simplify.
And I hope that the listeners has the notes and they taking it and they're writing it down because this is so many information they can just start today.
Just start.
Today with a great nutrition and get rid of all the processed food and
and eat your breakfast for the love of God. Please eat breakfast.
How about those who are into fasting like this? Because there is so many information right now out there about nutrition, about right and wrong foods, about fasting, not fasting, having breakfast, not having breakfast. I think that we are all so confused.
Oh, totally.
Including me. I'm always having my breakfast because I cannot function without that.
Yeah, neither can I.
So I'm doing it because I can't function.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't the reason, maybe I would be really confused and I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's such a nuanced topic, right? Because my personal opinion on this is we live in a society where we're all very stressed as women. And at particular stages of our cycle, we can fast more efficiently in specific stages of our cycle. But for 2 weeks of the month, we're in luteal phase. And our hormones need nourishment in order to stay balanced.
So food is the great one in this stage
for
women.
What food is good in luteal phase?
Yes.
So,
for example,
you really want nourishing foods. Like literally, when you think about it, you're coming into like winter season.
Yes.
So I would love to do like stews or like chili and slow releasing carbs, so like sweet potato and brown rice. And I always really try. We actually need 300 calories more in the luteal phase of our cycle. I'm sure Corinne was talking about that
she
yesterday.
was talking about sweet potatoes as well.
Yeah.
But it's nice to repeat it again. Because,
absolutely. So we need that. And I think when it comes to fasting, we're doing it from the wrong standpoint. We're doing it from the lens of, I'm just going to starve myself for a certain period of time because that's what I've been told to do. But if we're already chronically stressed and our cortisol is already high and we're in this state of, oh my God, it's not going to help us.
Yeah.
It's really not. So the only time that I would consider, and I've never fasted. I have no desire to fast.
Me neither. I can't do that. I need to eat.
Yeah.
I love my food.
It's around ovulation time when our hormones are more stabilized and our body is in gut healing phase around ovulation time. But again, like we don't need these big juice cleanses and like pulling foods out of our body. Like I'm specifically thinking of a client of mine who had gut issues for 20 years. Chronic, like the poor woman, she had diarrhea every day for 20 years.
Oh my God.
And she came in within 5 days because she was drinking coffee on an empty stomach first thing in the morning before breakfast.
Which is not great.
No, and she was fasting until 1 p.m. And I said to her, we need to eat your breakfast. All her gut issues disappeared within a few days.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, wild. just one tiny shift. And sometimes it just takes these little tweaks. So I'm a big fan of breakfast, unless you're a very chilled woman. But I don't know any women that are not chronically stressed.
So when we touch the phases of women's cycle, you touch that you need like more nourishing food during luteal phase. How about the other phases? Can we fast go to those? So to give the listeners women the idea that what they should eat in the other phases.
Yeah, absolutely. So menstruation. So when we come on our bleed, we want iron-rich foods, magnesium-rich foods.
Okay.
Because we want to replenish the body. It's really a season of chill because our body is detoxifying. It's doing its thing. Then we move into follicular phase.
What is the iron-rich food and magnesium?
So I would
examples.
lean into like steak or like beans.
Wow, I love steaks.
Oh, man. I know.
But how about vegetarians and vegans?
Yeah, it's tough.
I know.
It's really tough. I believe legumes are probably going to be better.
Okay.
For them.
If not steak, then legumes.
I used to be a vegan vegetarian. And I was the sickest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah. Can you get as much nutrition from that, as much iron and from that as from the meat?
You're going to be missing out on some key proteins.
This is other counterproductive. This is other information out on the socials, on the market that is the meat good or bad?
Yeah.
Is vegetarians or vegans lifestyle good or bad? Who knows? And there is so many information. But if it's working for your clients, what you're recommending them and you're healing them, there must be truth in that, something. I think all the bodies are different.
All the bodies are different. And it depends on how your body's been built. But all of my vegans and vegetarians, before they apply for our work, I said, are you willing to reintroduce animal protein?
And are they?
And they are.
They go to the meat.
They go to meat.
Wow.
Slowly. They very slowly, we might start with things like bone broth to bring that in, because that was the thing for me. Like when I looked at what life was like, I was a gluten-free vegan.
Gluten-free vegan?
I was a gluten-free vegan.
What did you eat?
Nothing.
I can imagine that part.
Like, I ate like a rabbit, like literally. And I didn't realize how important protein is. I had no clue. And I even look at menus now when I'm out, and the vegetarian option is like a risotto or something like that. And it's like, where's the protein? We need the protein, because it's the building block of energy. And so when we lean into the protein piece, and so for some of my clients who are teetering on that edge between more vegetarian, we start to bring in maybe some fish, or they'll bring in some good quality tofu or tempeh, which is organic, non-GMO, and that's good. That's a good quality protein.
Okay. So you're changing vegans and vegetarians. Okay. So
slowly.
Steak lovers.
Steak.
Can you have a steak for breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Of course you can.
It's not weird, right?
Oh, no. No, do you remember? I don't know where I've been on holidays once where they literally they call them minute steaks for breakfast. And I'm like, okay, I haven't had a steak for brekkie yet, but like they do serve them in different countries.
Since I started to have steak for breakfast,
yeah,
I started to feel much better.
Seriously, seriously.
I don't know, it's so important. So we are in nutrition.
Yeah.
My question was how we can prevent getting chronic illnesses and healing our gut. We started with nutrition. What else? What else is there? Because this is one piece of the puzzle.
One piece of the puzzle. I think the next piece of the puzzle really is toxicity, is environmental toxins, is the toxins in our food, because we're constantly exposed to things all the time. And so this is one of the reasons why we do the lab work, because we have to look at how many toxins are actually in the body.
How bad is it?
How bad is it? And goodness me, I have seen some hectic labs with clients where they have so many overgrowths of certain things, and just their body is just not functioning well because their immune system is taking a constant hit. And this is also the piece of the puzzle around the autoimmune aspect of things, is like the immune system's not functioning properly. Why? And I'm always ask the question, me and my team are always like, why? Okay, let's look at what's actually happening in the body in terms of the toxins piece. So have we got imbalances in the body that need to be rectified?
Okay.
And so what it's very hard for me to give tips without supplements because it's a detoxing process that we need to go through. But what we can do is we can look at the detox pathways in the body and how we can start to optimize them. But ultimately, if we're out of balance, nutrition is only going to take us so far. We then have to clear out the body from toxins because we've got pesticides, we've got aerosols, I think the stats are saying that like the average woman puts 168 chemicals on their body a day.
Oh, wow.
168.
But is it not only the food, it's also the makeup, it's also the shampoos and all the creams
and perfumes. And so this is one thing that I gave up. It's like now I'm in natural deodorant, I use organic natural makeup, and I use a soap and shampoo brand that's natural as well.
Okay.
And just slowly, it takes time because you have to wean yourself off things.
What are you drinking? And so you also, when you I go back to the food. So also you have to pay attention, where was it created or
But at the same time, it's twofold, right? It's like we have to have some awareness, but we also don't want to hyperfixate.
Exactly.
Because then the nervous system falls out of balance. So it's always it's a dance, right?
So if you start to stress about all of this, then you're done. So
game over. Yeah,
doing
literally.
all of that for your health will have no value because you will be stressing out about, I have to go natural. I have to do this. I have to do that.
No. So this is why, like I always say to my clients, is let's just very slowly do it.
One by one.
Yeah, and the next time your soap runs out, maybe buy a natural one. The next time your mascara runs out, maybe buy. And so I've done this over years where I've like very slowly shifted more into the natural stuff. And like I stopped wearing perfume. And that was big because I used to love it. Every so often I might give myself a little spritz, but it's just something that I'm like, no. And switching over candles as well is a big one. We love burning our candles.
I don't actually.
Really?
I am not
a freak for candles.
I am not into candles at all. Really, I don't know why. It was never my thing.
Oh my God, I'm like such a cozy, light my candle, have my tea. Like it's just my vibe for sure.
Yeah.
And again, it's if that's not a soy-based or a beeswax
natural
with essential oils in it, it's like we're inhaling that. We're pumping the toxicity into our body. So that's another really important piece of the puzzle. But again, slowly transition to trying to live a little bit less toxin heavy.
Exactly. And also in Dubai, there's lots of AC and it creates many issues. So that needs to be cleaned.
That's a big one for mold here.
Deep cleaning at least once a year here, because otherwise the air, what we breathe.
Yeah.
And we're spending few months here in Dubai, inside of the malls, inside of the flats, inside of the houses. And it's also very important to have a clear air, right?
Yeah, because mold is one of the biggest causes of chronic health issues.
Exactly. Let's move to the somatic parts of your... I know that you're very excited. Your eyes are like blinking at me and come to this topic. I love it. So let's move to that. What puzzle is that and how does it fit and how is it connected to the gut health as well, to entire health, to helping us getting rid of these issues and illnesses?
So we have to take it back to basics in terms of the nervous system, and we have to look at how the brain and the gut are connected, right? So they're connected through the vagus nerve. And so we look at it in the sense of what's happening up here mentally is sending signals to our gut, and our gut is sending signals to our brain consistently. That gut feeling that comes when we're like, ooh, that intuitive nudge as women, when we're like, that feels right.
It all starts with thinking.
Yeah. Or sometimes we just get a gut instinct where it's boom. And so the nervous system, for a lot of us, our vagus nerve is not toned. So our vagus nerve and our fight or flight and our freeze response are constantly being heightened, constantly being triggered, right? Because we're living in a society right now where it's go. And it's a very masculine driven world where
plus.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
It's and especially for women and especially for moms as well. It's like moms nowadays are working and they're looking after their kids and they're having to be there for their husbands and there's a lot.
I know.
Tell me something about
that. Yeah, exactly.
And looking at the somatic piece, which basically means using the body to process certain things. It's if we've ever been through let's say we've been in an argument or we've had some sort of trauma that's happened, like our body braces. We can feel the tightness in our body. And for those of us who are not able to process our emotions because we've been taught that we shouldn't, or showing emotion is a sign of weakness, that's a big narrative, a huge narrative. That's a big one as well for boys.
For men, it's even worse because they are told that they shouldn't cry, that they should just forget about that, move on.
Totally.
And this is so wrong.
Totally. And so we swallow it. And when we swallow it, when we don't speak our truth because of fear,
on our chest.
Totally. Of fear of maybe rejection or abandonment, or what someone's going to think of us, judgment.
That's a big one.
Totally. We swallow it. And when we swallow it, we get very good at pushing it down. We get very good at putting things neatly in Pandora's box and putting it over there. And so it's consistently there.
At some point, it bubbles out.
At some point, it bubbles out.
And then we are done.
And then the body goes, I'm out. I can't handle anymore, because our nervous system just goes into complete either fight or flight or freeze response.
Exactly.
So it's like a traffic light system with the nervous system. We've got your parasympathetic, which is the green. This is where we heal. This is where you and I, right now, we're part in parasympathetic and we're part in fight or flight because we're in this presenting mode right now, but we're also in connected state. So we're in the green. What happens then is, an email comes in, an urgency comes in, a message from your boss comes in.
Stress.
Yeah, your kid needs you. Yes. Then we go into fight or flight. And like most of us live in that state. Most of us are in the kind of the yellow state where we're like, okay, the to-do lists. Yeah. And we don't know how to slow down. And some of us don't want to slow down because we know
many women doesn't have awareness that they have to slow down. That there are times they have to slow down and just relax, because if they're gonna push and push, it's not gonna help.
Yeah, because we're constantly seeking our worthiness from other things.
That was me exactly 4 years back, and me and you, we know what we're talking about. I was really close to burnout, and it didn't serve me that time.
No, sure. That was how I ended up in hospital too, because I kept going and pushing my body and going for that pay rise and going for that next thing, because I kept attaching my worth to that instead of myself. And that is to do with self-abandonment. And that's to do with the fact that I was adopted. So we look at that kind of thread where it's, wow, everything's mirroring to us the things that we need to heal. And when it comes to our physical bodies, like yesterday, I was in an emotional release session, a somatic session, and it's very simple. But every single woman that comes out of this is what just happened to you, where you lie down, you're in a meditative state, and it's okay. What sensations can you feel in your body? And it's like, oh, my gut is tingling or gurgling a little bit, right? Or I feel like a tightness in my right shoulder or whatever, and it's okay. Let's go there. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, it's starting to get a little bit bigger. And I'm like, okay, this is an emotion. And then
it's there.
It's there. Stuck. I'm like, okay, what emotion is this? And usually clients are just like, oh my God, this is fear. This is anger. This is whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, what's the first memory that comes to mind? And they all go back to between the ages of 0 and 12, give or take. And it's suddenly they start crying. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh my God, I can hear my parents fighting, or I can see my dad leaving, or I can feel this big sense of abandonment coming up within me. And it's okay. Let's be with that. Because ultimately, when we're healing, we don't get rid of something. When we're healing the nervous system, we're just allowing ourselves to actually feel what we didn't get to feel back then.
And then reframe it.
100%.
And take the learning out of that.
100%.
And you still will have that memory.
You will.
But without that strong feeling, the negative emotion that was there and that was holding you back.
Totally. Right? And when you think about it from the lens of the gut and the pains and all the food sensitivities and all the things that happen, it's like when we start to release the grip that the body has and the consistent, it takes so much energy to keep Pandora's box closed, because we're like, I don't want to deal with my trauma. I don't want to deal with my stuff. But it's when emotion runs between anywhere from 0 to 7 minutes, I think we can hold discomfort for that period of time.
Yeah, and women are very strong. They can hold a lot of
Yeah.
traumas. But when you say trauma, it sounds really negative.
Scary.
It sounds really scary.
Totally.
But it doesn't have to be a big one. It
No.
could be you were in your mom's belly and she
Yeah.
was upset about something,
Totally.
and you can feel first time the hurt, like I did actually
Yeah.
in my mom's belly when she wasn't feeling good, and that was my hurt when my hurt started, when my hurt emotion started,
Totally.
and I had to get rid of it and release it and reframe it. So it doesn't have to be a big thing, but we
No.
all coming with all of this trauma throughout the life.
Yeah.
And I think just to have this awareness that this could be healed, that you can get rid of it, you can live without this baggage, can move you forward to the next level, either in health or your even wealth or relationship.
Literally.
Everywhere. It helps on different stages.
Yeah.
And this is amazing because I didn't have this awareness a few years back.
I know.
And this changed my life completely. Like I have different point of views on life. I look at life from different perspectives, at people, at whatever triggers I have. And this is
It's huge.
This is a magic, I think, that I wish everyone on this planet knew, because imagine this world healed. Men, women,
Conscious.
they would know that if I see someone who is angry, that this is not angriness that I'm causing, that it's his or her fault.
Totally.
And it could be also a mirror of my inside world.
Yes.
So you have two in ones, right?
We have two in one. We get to heal each other, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Oh, we
This is,
literally
I am
do.
you, you are me
Totally.
at different stages.
Totally. And it's everything is just a lens of the other person's nervous system. Like we're dealing with two traumatized humans who see the world through their own lens. And yes, it sounds really negative in terms of the traumatized, but like we're a product of our experiences.
Exactly.
And so when you put two people together, that's why relationships are so hard. That's why marriage is so hard.
It is.
Because you're dealing with two nervous systems with two different experiences.
Two conditioned minds
Two
that had
conditioned
different
minds.
experience throughout the
100%.
life, and they react different things,
100%.
different ways on different things.
Yeah. And you have to find strategies to be able to support each other through that. It's literally, 50% of marriages ended in divorce? I'm like convinced that's because too many triggers.
But if everyone would have this awareness,
I know.
everyone would be willing to work on their inner world. I wasn't willing a few years back. I was looking at this. Oh, what
No
is
way,
this?
what's this?
Is this some woohoo or what are they talking about? They're saying I have to heal myself from inside. What is that?
Yeah.
And what is gonna do to others? It's their fault that they're screaming at me and they mess up some work, some job, and I have a problem because of that right now. It's not me, it's them.
We love to blame.
Yeah,
Like
but
we love it because we don't like taking the ownership.
But when
It's hard.
you change this game and you start really from yourself, which I didn't understand,
Yeah,
and now I do, it's a game changer.
it is, but it's hard.
It is hard.
It is hot. It's spicy.
Sometimes you have to put ego on side in everything, in a relationship,
Yeah.
in everywhere. Start from yourself and realize, I'm not perfect in this right now, even if I am on my healing journey and I get stressed, I get angry, I blame others, but there's just a second and then it goes, okay, go to cause and effect again.
Totally.
Where are you? Where are you standing?
Yeah.
Take your 100% responsibility.
Yeah,
and
we'll catch ourselves.
Go ahead. So,
Love it.
okay, so we went through nutrition.
Yeah.
We went through nervous system.
Yeah.
Also toxins. So these are all the cause. This is all the cause of all of the troubles of our chronic issues.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
is there something else worth to mention, really? I know this is a big topic. I know there is lots of things. And when people come to you, that it's about lots of talking and explaining.
Yes.
But what is some other group we can mention? And even, is there something else? How about movement? And I know that you love
exercise.
movement. I love your dances on the Instagram, and always when I turn it on and I could be even in a bad mood and I see you dancing, I'm like, wow, she's dancing. Let's try it.
It's just that I love movement. I love, like, exercise is fantastic and also is so supportive. Like our lifestyle literally positions us for a healthy body as well. I love to dance because I just find it so liberating. And like it helps my vibe. Like I'm weird. I'm just a quirky human.
You're not weird.
I'm just a vibey person.
You're just living your life to fullest potential. Come on, let's set it right.
But I love it. I don't mind. I think we're all weird in our own ways. We're all
Of
quirky
course we are.
ways.
We all weird.
But yeah, I just love to move. I think it's also a really great way for us to connect with our bodies because I think as women we spend so much time living in our head and analyzing things and organizing things.
That's why men has this simple life, right? No, it was a joke. Okay. They have really difficult things to go through too.
They do.
I don't want to make fun of this, but
They
function on a different way.
Yeah, they're totally different.
And a different cycle.
They're totally different. I was in a session with me and my husband. We were in a session with our coach last night, and like he basically was able to talk about how we're both so different in different ways. He was like, the masculine does this, and the feminine does this, and I'm like, man, we're polar opposite. Like we are wild. Like we're chaotic. We're like all over the place, and the masculine is like singular pointed focus.
But men needs this. Men needs a little bit of feminine inside of them.
Yes.
That's we talked about yesterday as well.
Absolutely. But we as women, I think, need to be in our feminine more. We're too in our masculine. Anyway,
nowadays
we were
in this
about
society.
exercise.
Yeah. It's okay.
But that's
this
one of the
is all
reasons why I
connected. This is all connected. That's nice to talk about that, to go to the different topics because, as I said, it's a puzzle and you create the picture. It's one. Yeah. If one thing is missing, you don't have a complete picture.
No, you build out the roadmap. And so, movement is huge.
Movement is another one. So
huge. And it's aligning movement to the stages of your cycle as well. Exactly. Which is really important.
Yeah, really important.
Really important.
So I would like to wrap this up, wrap this conversation because we are talking for a long time now.
We are.
What is the number one advice from your side to women right now if they feel bad, if they think something wrong with their body and they need help, but they don't know what to do? What is the number one advice? What did it be? Go to Tia.
Come hire me.
Yes. Accept that.
I mean, it's going to, in terms of just starting, I think for me, it's going to be a mindset tip because
come to me then.
Exactly. I think it's really going to be this state of if you feel like something is going on in your system and you're not getting the answers from other people.
Doctors, maybe.
Or naturopaths or therapists or whatever, do not give up. The amount of women that I have spoken to that very much are just like, I just admitted defeat. This is just the way that life is going to be for me. We need to have a tenacity within us to really go after what it is that we know that we can have. Yeah. And so for those of you who are really struggling on your journeys right now, is like, there is hope. There are people out there that have been down that path and have found the roadmap.
There's always a way out.
There's always a way out. We did not come onto this planet
That's
sick.
My favorite thing to say. There is always the solution.
Totally. Yeah. And so it's like we just have to look at how we've been out of balance in order to bring back the balance into play.
Listen to the body. Listen to the mind.
And it's hard because we sometimes have this view that our body should just do its thing all the time and that we don't actually have to look after it. But when we actually do, it needs a lot of love. It needs a lot of love.
Thank you for this conversation.
It
was
welcome.
Really important to say all of this because women function completely different way than men, and we are stressed and we're doing so much things. Yeah. So if you need help from Tia, go to her Instagram account. What's the Instagram account?
So it's Tia Maher and Co.
Okay, so we will find her there. Yes. And thank you very much.
Thank
to
you
the
so
next
much
one. Bye bye.